Hi, I am Evan, and I'm currently enrolled in the MA in Indie Game Development course at Falmouth University. In this video, I'll be breaking down some of the work I did during my first module, Development Practice. As well as giving my work context within my short-term goals studying at Falmouth, I'll be giving it context within my long-term aspirations in the game dev industry. I chose to enroll in this course because of the diversity of its content. I want to take my existing knowledge of game development and not only improve upon it, but also reinforce it with other skills. This is where the first module comes in. Although my practical skills in game development are already strong, an area I can safely say I lack both knowledge and experience in is that of development practices. So far, any team I've worked in, there's been little to no structure, or at best it's just a vague Trello board with some to-do notes on it. So I was very excited coming into this module to see what I could take from it and apply to the projects that I work on, both on my own and with friends. Although I learned something every week during the semester, the two sections I felt were of most benefit to me were the two rapid ideation sections. These allowed me to apply the knowledge that I'd gained in previous weeks and reflect on them more deeply from a practical point of view. For the first rapid ideation session, I wanted to step outside my comfort zone completely and tackle a topic that was completely new to me. The topic I chose was networking. I set myself the goal of creating a short demo that could be played by two people remotely. The theme for the session was given in picture form and it showed a character fighting a dragon. So after mind mapping and brainstorming several ideas, the concept I went forward with was that of a simple top-down dungeon crawler, where the players would progress through several rooms before fighting a dragon boss. The first week was mainly spent learning the basics of Photon, the networking SDK that I used. It quickly became apparent that developing a game with networking would require a completely different approach compared to offline games. Once I felt I had a strong enough foundation, I started piecing the game together. It quickly became apparent that the initial scope for the game was too big. Although the final game didn't feature the dragon boss from the original concept, I'm still happy with the final product and the knowledge that I gained in order to make it. Although I think my initial brainstorming was sound, were I to redo the session again, I would focus my tasks better during the actual development period in order to fit the theme better. For the second rapid ideation session, my chosen theme was rework. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to revisit a past work of mine and see what I could do with it. For the basis of the session, I took a small game I created earlier in the year as part of a game jam. This game centered around bouncing a laser between mirrors to hit a target, and I wanted to see if I could convert the game from 2D to 3D. I've been brushing up on my vector math recently, so I added an extra challenge. I wanted the laser to bounce realistically off the mirror's surface. I achieved this by taking the mathematical formula for a reflected vector and implementing its logic into a C# script. By the end of the 2 weeks, I had a playable demo that demonstrated the main mechanic I had set out to achieve. If I had any points of criticism on the session though, I would say that as in the first session, my time allocation still lacked focus. Though I had improved over the first session and actually managed to demonstrate everything I had set out to, I feel that had I spent less time on certain areas such as visual fidelity, I could have added more content. During the last 12 weeks, I've discovered several aspects of myself and my habits in my development practice that I've noted and I'll be addressing going forward into both my studies within Falmouth as well as my other ventures. During the rapid ideation sessions, I noticed a distinct lack of focus in my development. I had a tendency to map out the requirements clearly, but when it came time to execute them, I abandoned the plan and simply did what I felt like in the moment. Going forward into future modules, especially the ones containing team-based projects, it'll be extremely important to put a focus on this structure. Outside of college, for a little over a year now, I've been working on a side project with some of my fellow students from my last college, a game which we've released a short demo for and have been documenting the development of to a small following. So far, our main approach to organization in this project has been a disorganized Kanban board, which rarely gets updated. Going forward in this endeavour, I'm sure the knowledge I've gained in this module will be of great help in providing the sense of structure the project currently lacks.